Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna be doing a Q&A. I had asked you guys to ask me some questions on my Instagram, my TikTok, my community posts, everywhere, and y'all left me some questions, so we're gonna get right into the video.
Drop the roof and let the smoke in. I got diamonds doing tootsie slides in both ears. Dice rolling on the Las Vegas Strip tonight.
So the first question is, how has a broken ankle impacted your life? So with my ankle being broken, it hasn't necessarily impacted my life as far as like dramatically or anything, but it has made things a lot harder for me, like doing simple stuff around the house, like being a stay-at-home mom. And I just told somebody, like, I feel like if I had an actual job, it wouldn't be as hard, because when you have an actual job, you're like practically sitting or something, or like even when I was a hairstylist, I would just be probably sitting doing hair and it wouldn't be so much. But since I'm a stay-at-home mom and I have to run after my kids every minute, and if you're a mom, you got to get up every 5 minutes because they either want something, you got to help them with something, you got to do something. So it just made my life harder around the house, doing stuff basically. So yeah, that's really that. If you could have one superpower, what would you pick? Probably be to read people's minds or something like that. I don't know. How often do you pray? I actually pray every day, multiple times a day. Every night before my kids go to bed, I pray over them. And it's gotten to the point where Vail would just ask me to pray over something, anything what it is. Like tonight, before we even went to bed, she was like, "Mommy, can you pray?" I'm like, "What you want to pray for, baby?" And she said, "My teeth," because her tooth just came out. So I was saying a prayer for her teeth. But even Aaliyah, she starts to pray now. So I pray every night, every day, multiple times a day. I just say prayers. What is the freakiest thing you ever did as a wife? Freakiest thing I ever did as a wife would probably be on our honeymoon in Jamaica. We did stuff that we, tried new stuff. So I'll go with that. What top 3 things that you would say is the key to keeping your marriage together? If I had to answer, I would say number 1 is communication. I just feel like that goes a long way, because when you can effectively communicate, you can get over anything. Another one would be understanding that your partner is not you and you are not them. So the way that you think ultimately is not the way that they think, especially if it's man and woman, because men typically think, women typically think emotionally and men typically think practically. So understanding that women come from an emotional aspect of responding to something, and men come with a more practical or logical aspect. So when you understand that, okay, my response may not be the same response that you have, you'll understand that, it'll make your marriage more strong. Like, you can agree to disagree. You don't have to agree with everything she says, and he don't have to agree with everything you say. As long as you understand each other and you come to a common agreement, that should be enough. Oh, that was 2. Another one is loyalty. I'm so big on loyalty. Like, I don't play that cheating stuff, and neither does my husband either. So having somebody that you know is your own, man or woman, is probably top tier. You know this person ain't being touched but by you. That's where it's at, honey. What advice can you give a single that's waiting for marriage? God. Make sure you are talking to God. Like, if you are dating somebody and you want to know if that is the person you should be with, pay attention to the signs and pray and ask God, like, is this the man for me? Is this the man, or is this the woman for me? Is this the one you deem fit for me? So that you know that you're picking the right person. If you're not dating anyone at the moment and you want to be married, or you want to be in a committed relationship with somebody, same thing. Pray. Ask God to, if that is what you want for me right now, please put that in the forefront, or show me signs of where you need me to go, or how should I be directed. Just put God into it. That's all I gotta say. What advice can you give for gentle parenting? I am the gentle parents guru. No, I'm just joking. But one thing, first things first, please stop cussing at y'all kids. Please stop cussing at y'all kids. Y'all kids will start to feel like that is a normal communication. Like that is normal. Like that, I think that is the most like important thing I could say. Like, please stop cussing at your children. Talk to them like they're human. They're not animals. They're not people on the street. Talk to your kids with respect. Like, I do not cuss at my children unless I get like to the point where they are, because my kids are 5 and 2, so I'm not gonna say I never cuss at them, but a lot of times I don't necessarily cuss at them. I'll cuss in a sentence and I may be talking to them, but for me to just blankly cuss at them like shut the F up or go sit the F down or what the F is you doing or why you doing this dumb S, I don't do none of that. I try to talk to them with respect, and I don't want them to feel like they have to associate my communication style with them as cussing. I just don't like it. I don't do it. Don't cuss at your children. Talk to them with respect, and then they will learn more to their vocabulary. Because I'm telling y'all, a lot of the times these days when we're talking to people, our vocabulary is so limited because we use a lot of cussing words or we say things that, you know, you can't really articulate yourself. And I don't want my kids growing up, and I know they're gonna be around people who cuss, I get that, but I want them to understand that there's a better way to communicate. Like, you don't have to communicate using foul language. Like, expand your vocabulary, learn something different, and you'll be able to talk to somebody so educatedly you can put them away with that. You don't have to use no cussing words. So yeah. The next one is, what advice would you give for a first-time wife? What advice would I give for a first-time wife? Enjoy your marriage. Don't rush to have kids, because me and my husband had kids long before we were married, and we didn't get to enjoy each other at all. Like, we didn't get to go on trips with each other or, you know, spend a lot of time dating or anything like that. Like, date your husband, understand what they love, understand what you love, spend time together, go on trips, do things that y'all wouldn't do, do things that you wouldn't be able to do if you had a kid. I mean, I'm not saying it's the hardest thing, but financially it may not be in the cards, and a lot of people, you know, ain't gonna have babysitters, or you might not want nobody babysitting your kids. So make sure you take the time to date your partner. Like, enjoy them before you bring anything else or another person, like a child, into your marriage. What is the most challenging thing as a wife and a stay-at-home mother? As a wife, for me, my husband being in law enforcement, and every day you just never know if they're gonna come home to you. It's just literally up in the air all the time. So I'm always constantly praying for him and praying for his home safety. And as a first-time mom, I think because when I was younger, or growing up rather, not necessarily when I was younger, but growing up, I've always wanted kids, but I didn't desire kids. And because I knew that that was my sole responsibility, like, I have to protect this child at any cost. I can't let no harm, no danger come to this child. That responsibility alone put me in a really anxious state. Like, I didn't want to bear that I didn't know if I could bear that responsibility. Like, I'm crazy about my kids. Like, you can't do anything to my kids without me knowing, or you can't get anything past me when it comes to my kids, because I pay attention. I'm that mom that pays attention to everything. If you off, if your mental off, if your body language is off, I pay attention to it all. Being a child that grew up without like, my dad wasn't there, never, and then my mom wasn't the best mom. So I went through a lot of things growing up, and me seeing what I saw or going through the things that I went through, I just knew I did not want my kids to ever even remotely go through what I went through. So when it came to me having kids, it was the idea of making sure I have to protect this person with all costs. Like, I literally have to protect you with my whole heart. So that was probably the most challenging thing for me. And it still challenges me today. Like, I don't even, like, ever since I broke, I broke my ankle. Ever since I broke my ankle, I don't take my kids out the house if I'm not just going to drop her off at school and coming home. And I'm definitely not taking the other one with me, because now that I'm, like, kind of defenseless, I just don't want nothing happen to my child, and I can't not save them. So, what celebrity would you compare yourself to? I don't know if she necessarily, I mean, she could be considered a celebrity. It's a YouTuber. I like her personality. Kayla Nicole. I like how she doesn't care what nobody thinks of her, and she just be herself. And that's one thing about me. Like, I haven't fully given myself on camera yet, but my friends will tell you, when it comes to me having any care in the world about anybody's opinion about me, absolutely not. Like, I can care less. I will, like, be my complete self in front of anybody. Like, I'll have to fill you out first, of course. Like, I'm not just gonna be myself, and myself is a crazy self, y'all. Like, I'm like wild, not like wild, like ratchet or belligerent or nothing like that, but I'm just like fun and free. And like, if it's my best friend, I'm gonna hump her in public, I'm gonna grab her butt, like, I'm gonna do stuff like that. Like, I do stuff like that. So I would just say more like, because Kayla Nicole just don't care. Like, she would get on the internet looking however she looking and be completely 100% confident in herself, and I love that about her. So I would probably say her. Where do you see yourself in the next few years? Honestly, I am a person that loves people. I love talking to people. In my friendships, I am the go-to person for trauma, relationship problems. Literally, I'm their counselor for everything. I am a licensed cosmetologist. I used to work at a salon, or suite. I have a bunch of them when I lived back in Michigan, and I gave it all up to follow my husband out here to be a stay-at-home mom and wife. And when I tell y'all, I had so many tears shedded in my chair, it's not even funny. So I will see myself in the next few years doing some type of mentoring or counseling people, because I love talking to people. I love being that you needed when you were younger, because I didn't have the best life growing up. So as I got older, and I always wondered, like, why nobody wanted to be there for me, like why other family members didn't want to like really take me in or help me, and they knew what I was going through. So I always told myself, like, when I get older, if I ever see somebody in need or somebody that I know I can help, I'm gonna be there for them. So I just love being there for people. I love being that listening ear. I'm not judgmental. I'm not judging nobody on what they're doing or how they move in their life, because you don't know nobody's life. You don't know their past. You don't know how they got to where they at. And I just don't think it's necessary to judge people. So yeah, I just see myself being helping people. Like, I love talking to people and helping people. So that's where I see myself in the next few years. Are those your real eyes? Let's get into the tea, y'all. So I've been wearing glasses my entire life, like since I was like in middle school, I think, or probably even elementary school. I've always needed glasses. My mama and my daddy was blind, so it was only inevitable that I would need some glasses. So I'm hoping my daughter don't need none, or my daughters don't need none, because me and my daddy both can't see either. So anywho, I said that to say, when I was about 16, my mama finally let me get contacts. And so, girl, I wear them contacts till the wheels fell off, and I was wearing, the clear contacts or whatever, and I was going to sleep in them and all type of stuff, and ended up ruining my eyes. And so I had to lay off the contacts so much, like I had to take them out every night. And then I was like, oh, well, let me try some color. So I ended up trying some color, y'all, and this honey has stuck with me since. I have been wearing this color contact since I was about 16 or 17 years old, and I've just never changed it. And people don't really ask me like, oh, is that your real eye, or that's your real eye color? They just say they're cute, and I just keep it pushing. I don't feel a need to overshare. So no, these are not my real eyes. I've been wearing these contacts all my life, and I just don't plan on changing them. It's always been me. So what are some tips for beginning content creators? I love this question because just a few months ago I was a beginning content creator, and I've told this story many times on my channel, but if you're new here, I'm gonna tell you again. I had went viral, so I started, so let's go back. I've always wanted to be a content creator since I was in my early 20s, when I first, like, kind of even before I met my husband, because I did a couple videos. I did videos on YouTube back when I was a teenager, but they're long gone. Never like vlog style or nothing, because that wasn't, you know, popular back then. But I've done, you know, videos back then, and then prior to me and my husband, I did like funny jokes and stuff on people and posted them on Facebook. They might be there, they might not. And then prior to me and my husband, I had wanted to be like a vlogger. I had found this girl who I still watch to this day, and she was a vlogger, and I'm like, oh, I really want to do that. But you know, the fear of starting a channel or doing this, it was always what everybody's fear is, just doing it. And so I never did it. But then one day, let me tell you, I went to the pawn shop and I was like, I'm about to start. I got me a camera, bought me a camera from the pawn shop, and I bought me a computer from the pawn shop. It was the regular, the computer had so many viruses, y'all. It had messed up on me so many times. The camera was a little fuzzy, but I recorded a couple videos, and I did not post them though, because I just wasn't confident. I was kind of scared to just put myself out there. And it was just like, why would people start following me or subscribing to my channel? What do I have to offer, is what I used to say. So I just didn't do it. Fast forward, let's just move along. In and out I tried. Was it 2020? My daughter was born in 2018. It was 2019. I started my YouTube channel, and I did my first video. Y'all, it's still there. Y'all can go back. Well, I didn't start my YouTube channel then. I started it way back, and I started posting then, like 4 years ago. So I posted my first video like 2019, and you know, I started my channel then. Ended up going on the pandemic or whatever. I got on TikTok. The third, fourth video I posted went viral, hit 1 million views on TikTok. My friends was like, what the how you just go get sprout off like that? I'm like, I don't know. So at that point, I was just making TikToks. Then we went back to work, and then life happened. That's all I'm gonna say. So I was in and out of TikTok. Like, I was posting, like I would go from posting like a bunch of videos to not posting at all, and then going again. And then every time I would come back, I would have like a couple viral videos, like hitting 1 million or more, or you know, hundreds of thousands of views and stuff. But I still wasn't consistent. One, because I wasn't comfortable in life at that moment. Like, it was when I transitioned from being a full-time hairstylist, working, making my own money, to being a stay-at-home mom, which was a big adjustment for me, because one, I always been independent. I've always made my own money, and then so for me to give up that control and follow a man and then rely on his money only, it was a big thing for me. And if y'all want to hear more about that, let me know. But like, hear more about transitioning your life, I can tell you how I got through it and stuff like that. But anyways, again, I was in and out of TikTok, and then let's just fast forward. Like I said, in and out of TikTok, and then I got here to this department, which was in June of 2023, just last year. And I was like, I'm comfortable. I got comfortable around April. Like, I finally was more relaxed, and I think because I had got married in April, and once you get married, it's like you seal the deal, I guess. I don't know, but I was just more relaxed and more comfortable. And then June, I started like, okay, you know what, I really want to do this. I really want to go ahead and just do it now. And I took off, so I just started doing it. And then my following, I had already had 100K on TikTok by this time. I just was like not moving, because you know, I wasn't pushing no content or nothing. So I just started doing it around October. So that was in June. Around October, I'm like, let me go ahead and get this YouTube off the ground. Let me start building up this YouTube channel. And literally went from under 500 subscribers, under 600 subscribers, like 500 and something, to now at almost 10K from October to January. Well, it's February now, but literally sprouted out, and I just did it. So the thing about it is, I'm gonna say, number one, find your niche. And why that is so important, you don't want to do like a review on something and then you get all these followers expecting you to do reviews, but that's not what you really want to do. Find your niche, go hard in that, and then add things to your niche. Like even if you add things to your vlog, like let's say you vlogging and you're doing stay-at-home mom content, and you want to add your that you do hair, so you put it added to the vlog that you do hair or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like have your main thing that you love to do be the focus of your channel, and incorporate other things in your channel. That's what I would say, like that being the biggest thing, because you don't want to go viral for something that you do not want to be viral for. I've went viral for so many videos that was not the video that I wanted to be viral, literally. Like one time I went viral, my daughter, the way I folded her blanket, like that went viral, over 6 million views. Recently I went to Popeyes, they put hair on my food, over 3 million views. Like these ain't the videos I want to go viral, but you know what I'm saying, you may have those that happen, but stick to what you do, because even though those videos went viral, some of those people are going to stay and carry on to watching. Maybe not a large percent, maybe 5% of those people gonna watch, but just stick to your niche. That's my biggest tip to being a content creator, sticking to your niche and just doing it. Like just go for it. Don't stop being scared to just do it. Just freaking do it. Okay. Have you made any friends in your new state? Yes, I have 2 good girlfriends here that I talk to on a regular, and then I've made other friends, and I actually tried to make other friends in different races, y'all, and it just didn't work out. Like I don't know, I can't really say what it was or why it didn't work out, because I felt like I was very authentic. I was myself, and people love me, and they love me too, but it's just kind of get weird after a while. So I got my 2 girlfriends that are here, that are my 2 good girlfriends. So yes, I have made friends, but other than that, that's it. I'm a girl that likes to keep a small circle anyway. I'm not one of the people that have a bunch of friends. I'm so big on loyalty. Let me show you how big on loyalty I am. That's how big on loyalty I am. I do not play about people being malicious or talking about you behind your back. If you have a big girl group of friends, you bound to get talked about by one of them. So, and you bound to get talked about them if you got a small group. But the thing is, you don't want to be trying to weed out which one ain't there for the real friendship and which one is. So I always keep a small group anyways. Even in Michigan, I got a best friend and I got a really, really close friend. Like that's it. Everybody else is like friends, or I've known them, and they are friends, but they're not people I would call every day, or people I would call and say, hey, let me tell you what just happened. I got 2 of those, and that's it. How do you feel about the Lions losing? Since I was never a Lions fan until they start winning, sorry, yes, that's me, don't come for me. It doesn't like hurt my soul, but I was very, very proud of them, because I watch my husband's family is like big on football, and I would literally watch my auntie cheer for them every Sunday for the last 7 years and get disappointed. So for me to see them start winning and the whole family was rallying behind them, and they lost, it was just really sad to see. But other than that, it didn't really affect me. Do you plan on ever doing hair again? Honestly, I don't know. At this stage in my life, I'm going where God takes me. So I pray and ask him what journey do he want me to be on, where he want me to go in life, guide me, let me know if I'm in the right direction, and that nature. I'm very good at what I did, hair. So I don't know. I do a few clients out here every now and again, but I don't really do hair at all. So I don't know. It just depends. What is something that you do with your kids that you were missing as a kid? I feel like communicating with my oldest mainly, because my youngest still don't understand yet. But I really take pride in having conversations with her, even though she's only 5. My mama wasn't having conversations with me or talking to me and guiding me where I was supposed to go. I kind of try to teach her as much as I can, and that's probably something that I really wish that I had when I was growing up. Like I really wish that me and like I say, I'm a big people's person, so I love talking to people, and I would have loved to talk to my mom more, or conversate with her about certain things that I probably wanted to know, but she just wasn't big on that. So I would probably say that was one of the things that I was missing as a child. Was you scared to move to another state with a man you ain't know? I did know him. He was my boyfriend at the time. We were together for 3 years, so I did know him. But was I scared to move to another state? Absolutely. I was moving to another state with nobody, no family, no friends, nothing, completely nothing, not even clientele. So I absolutely was scared to move. I did it because I felt like that is the direction God had put me in. I literally prayed about it, and here's the thing. This is how I knew. I wasn't gonna go. I had already made it up in my mind, like, okay, you leaving, you know, it is what it is. You know, he didn't want to do long distance either. So it was kind of like we was gonna break up. I went because every single time I tried to, how do I put this? Everything I tried to do to stay in Michigan didn't work out. Like, I'm telling you, everything failed. Like, anytime I was like, okay, well, let me try it this way. Nope. Let me try it this way. Nope. Let me try it that way. And so at that point, I knew that God was telling me to go with that man. That's why I went. And I said it because I'm a big person in signs. I pay attention to signs. I can see a number and then see it again and be like, oh, that's a sign. Like, when you trying to do something and you keep getting like failed tries, and I'm not talking about starting a business or anything like that, because you're gonna get no's for stuff like that. I'm talking about like simple as like moving, and you try to move to a new place and you keep getting these fails, like no, and you still maneuver around each one to get to your goal. Don't do it. Or just talk to God about it first. Make sure you're making the right decision before you keep pushing at it, because it could be a sign from God telling you this ain't where I want you to be right now. Sit your ass down. So yeah. How did you meet your best friend? Me and my best friend met at work. We were working, me and her was both janitors at this job. We was working at GM Technical Center, and we were both janitors. We worked through Earmark. And so I seen, we was in orientation together. She kind of just give you like a little stank face. So I didn't, think I was going to even ever be talking to her anyways, because I kind of was like, she probably stank. So seen her there. Then one day she was walking in the hall and she was looking for an apartment or something. And I had just moved into my apartment, y'all. My rent was $400, and I was geek, girl. That was cheap back in the day. So she was looking for apartments or whatever, and she was like, she asked me a question when I told her about my apartments or whatever. And she was like, no, that's west. She was an East Sider, so she like, no, whatever. So that was the first time I seen her. Then I seen her a couple more times, and then one time we was all going to lunch, and when we got there, she bought my food. Me and her had never had a conversation, nothing like that. She was just nice enough to buy my food. And I'm like, oh, okay, that was really nice of her or whatever. And so, that was that. The next day, we go to lunch again. She bought my food again. I'm like, okay, why you being this nice? And it wasn't no reason, even knowing her now, that's just how she is. Like, she's not a person that is big on money or gotta keep money tight or nothing like that. She's very like giving and generous and stuff like that. So it wasn't like she had a motive, or it wasn't like she had an ulterior motive as to why she bought my food. She just did. And that was what let me know that this was gonna be my girl, because when you buy me food, baby, we're gonna be friends forever. But it wasn't even just that. I had growing up, I had always been a person that it felt like I always had to do for somebody else in order for them to do for me. So since I was and am a hairstylist. Growing up, I had a lot of friends that like, oh, I had to do their hair for something in exchange, or it was just always like you got to do something for me before I do something for you type of relationship. And when I met her, it was completely different. So that's how we met, and yeah, forever my ride or die. Don't play with it. What is the cast like? Do you have any movement with it? No. So I can't really like bend my foot or anything, but I can like roll my foot around a little bit, and I try to do that every now and again just to get a little mobility and just making sure that my foot don't get stiff or nothing. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be doing that, but I do it because I did break my ankle, and moving it around all is in your ankle area. So yeah, I do that, but I don't think so. Okay. How old are your kids? My kids are 5 and 2. How old were you when you got married? I just got married. I was 29 when I got married. I am 39. We just got married last year. We've been together for, it'll be 7 years this year, but only been married about to be a year and a couple months. Something you will tell your 16-year-old self. One day, ooh, why does it make me get emotional? One day, you are gonna be the you needed when you were growing up. That is something that I would tell my 16-year-old self. Because I was faced with a lot of obstacles growing up, and that would be something that I would tell them. Your dream job. My dream job would be to be anything where I'm giving people advice and talking to people. Again, I love talking to people, giving people advice, and just being, I love to be that person that people can lean on. So that would be whatever field that has to do with that, that would be something that I would love to do. What does your perfect friend look like for you? My perfect friend looks like my best friend. Other than her not being an emotional person, that's the perfect friend. Loyalty, never had to question it, ever, ever, ever. We have been in situations where we've gotten into it and not talked for months, and the internet has never known, people has never known outside of maybe our spouses or something like that, and we just so locked in, like we just get each other. Like it's just something, there's just one person that ain't ever going nowhere for as long as I live. Okay, I don't care what you gotta say, and she ain't going nowhere. You can't tell me that my best friend said or did anything, because I just know her. Like she'll never. But anyways, what's 3 things on your bucket list? I don't have a bucket list, but if I could pick 3 things that I would want to do before I die, would be successful on my own, like no matter what aspect that is in life, and it doesn't necessarily mean money. I look at success as being comfortable, living comfortably. That's basically that, just living comfortably. I don't have to be a millionaire, I don't have to be a thousandaire. As long as I'm comfortable in life, I'm happy, and my kids are healthy, I'm okay. So that's one thing, living comfortably. I've always wanted to visit Africa. That is one of the only countries that I actually want to visit. Like that's somewhere I actually want to go. So visit Africa. And another thing off my bucket list, I don't know. I never had a bucket list, y'all. So that would probably be that. This is the last question I got. When will you be able to walk again without your scooter? So the podiatrist told me that I will need to be in my cast for 6 weeks, but he is going to reassess in 4 weeks. So I'll go back to the doctor on February 22nd to see what my next steps is. I think they're probably going to do like an x-ray or something. Do they do an x-ray through your cast? I don't know. But anyways, yeah, that was pretty much it, y'all. That's all the questions I have. If y'all enjoyed this video, make sure y'all leave me a like, comment down below if y'all want to do another Q&A, or just leave some questions down below, and I'll remember to refer back to them for the next Q&A. But make sure y'all like this video, because a lot of y'all be watching me, y'all don't leave me no likes. Make sure y'all comment down below and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. We are on the road to 10K, y'all. Come on, like come on, 10K. But that is pretty much it. I love y'all so much, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Good night.